Today we're going to walk through the things you need to do as you take out the Coachmen Freelander 20CB. This rides on a Ford Transit 350 HD. Starting off with power, while it's connected, you're going to see that there's a red light here, and I'll show you kind of how to remove it. Twist anti-clockwise for it to release, and then you pull it out. Now when you get to a campsite, all you have to do is plug in your power. This is what you call shore power. Plug it in, twist it to the right. Make sure you twist it to the right to lock it in. You're going to plug it in at about 11 and a half, like 11 o'clock. You got the light. Make sure you secure this so no one trips over and pulls the power out. And what you will see is I have it plugged into a regular household outlet. But most campsites will have enough. Will have a 240 volt outlet for you to plug in directly. Now I always recommend that you use and leave this surge protector, because this is what protects your the electrical on the unit. There's a legend here of what these lights mean. You'll see what's that? 2 yellows means it's working properly, and then you've got those other colors there that will tell you if the campsite electrical hookup is working properly or not. Again, always leave this surge protector in there. You may not need this, but in case you're camping at your friend's driveway, friend's property, and they don't have a 240 volt outlet and you only have a household style outlet, you can use that. Now for the generator. The generator is here. Turn clockwise, lift it up. You have a latch over here. Can be started out here, but I wouldn't recommend you do that. There is a way for you to start the generator from the inside. When you're running the generator, leave this cover up so that you have enough ventilation to run this generator without it overheating. Okay, moving on to storage. Here you'll find leveling blocks, drive up leveling blocks, so you'll just drive up to it and it will give you a good 4 inches of lift in case the RV is not level. Here you'll find an extension cord and the flushing kit for your sewer, and I'll walk you through that momentarily. You have a couple of tire gauges here. I recommend that every morning before you leave you check the tire pressure, and here is your what do you call this, snake or whatever, the thing that lets you hook up your sewer, and it will you put that to make sure that you have a nice slope towards the sewer connection. And above it is a box of gloves. I always include that. Please use the gloves, because I mean, you never know. Okay, moving on. Other parts of the RV. Do not block this. This is hot. This is where your heater vents out. This is where your fridge vents. This is your water hookup. It's very important that you hook up the water here, and when you're hooked up to the campsite water supply or at a driveway, your friend's property or something like that, you have it set to city right here. What that does is allow you to use that water directly from the tap. If you put it here back to this position, you're going to have to always turn on the pump for you to get water inside the RV. So again, only do that if you are boondocking, if you're not connected to city power and city water. Put it into that winterized tank fill position, and the water will fill up the tank. So that to use the water, you will have to run the pump. There's a switch here. There's another switch inside. I'll show you later, but we're going to switch this back to city. This here is for your TV. If your campsite has cable, this is where you plug it in. Now this is where the all-important sewer connections are. This is your black water tank. This is the lever to pull it out to open it. That's your gray. This is another gray. Always do the black first, get the black stuff out, and then you open up your gray to wash off the sewage within that pipe. That's in your sewer pipe. All right, first things first, gloves. This is where you have your sewer pipe, and that sewer pipe, simply twist this, well no wait, just pull this held by magnets. There's magnets in there. You pull this guy out, that's your sewer pipe. I'm not going to pull it all the way out, but I'm just going to demonstrate how to hook this up to the sewer. This guy, on the other hand, has a compartment for, I forgot what this thing's called, but this is what you put into the hole where you do your dumping. So it's got a graduated screw, so you twist it. Once you twist it, tight enough, slightly twist it back to release this guy. It's also screwed in very, very lightly. To store it, you simply screw this guy back in and just snap it on via magnets. So take this guy, plug it into here. Make sure it's closed. There will always be water dripping here, but that's not bad, it's just water. Try to catch it. Surprisingly dry. Okay, now you position it, twist it into place. Hook up your sewer line, your sewer hose, and first pull out this guy, because this is your black tank. Like I said earlier, start with the black, pull this out, leave this closed, you'll see water come here. Then you open this. Then you open this to release, and all your sewage will come out this way. Once that's done, turn on the hose. Do not open this yet. So make sure you open the hose so there's water pushing out this way before you open this. The reason for that is you don't want any of that sewage to enter here and touch your hose. Okay, so the only time you open this is when you have water running. You open that, it shoots out water all the way in there. Make sure this is closed so you're not wasting water. Let it fill. Make sure the tank fills up. It fills up in about 5 minutes or so. You'll see less gargling here, less bubbles. It means it's getting pretty full. Once that's done, you don't turn this off. You turn off here. You shut this off. And leave the water on. Then again, you open this. So this will always be open the whole time. Then you open this to release all of that, to flush the tank. Do that once or twice and you should be good. Now once you're done with the black, then you go and do the grays. There's the sink and the shower down there. That will hose down whatever gunk is here in this sewer hose. All right, on the other side of the RV, you have, starting here, you have the propane tank. When you're going through tunnels and anywhere that it says you can't have hazmat materials in there, you have to shut off you need to turn off the propane tank. It's very simple, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. You fill this up at any RV place. There's a bunch of places where you can do that. You can also do this at Pilots, Flying J's, and Love. TV works. It runs off of the antenna. This thing, for whatever reason, is broken, so I don't know which one of these two remotes work. To turn it on, use the buttons down at the bottom, because that's if I can't figure out which one of these remotes operated. The only time the TV will work is if you're connected to shore power. Underneath is where you have all the hoses. The white one is for your drinking water. Use this to flush the RV tanks, use this to hook up water supply. So you're not mixing these two hoses together. Again, I have another one here. There's another one of those drive-up leveling blocks. There's additional leveling blocks in there. Got a broom and dustpan. These are covers for the side of the cab windows, side windows. This is for the windshield. I got some storage boxes here if you need. Full set of toolboxes. I've got a electric heater in there. The reason I have that is so when you're connected to shore power, you are not using your propane to heat the house. In here, extra tissue paper, toilet paper, some camping cups, mugs. I've got beach chairs here. I've got a table, and there's also additional chairs down there. This thing here at the bottom, it's for your propane. If you have a portable propane grill, this is where you hook it up. I've never seen anyone use that. Extra outlets, if you're connected to shore power, you've got some chargers you want to plug in, this is where you do it. This is the exhaust for your hot water heater. And onto the inside. This guy, the round one, is for the door. Twist to the right to unlock. You'll see that legend right there. The square rectangle one is for the deadbolt. Twist to the right. And here we are. Okay, here's the other water pump I was talking about. Turn this on, it runs the power pump. You'll hear it. Turn it off because we don't need it. Gas water heater. This gas DSI fault will turn on until the pilot light had fired up. So if after about, let's say, 5 seconds, this hasn't gone off, turn this off again because it means that the gas is not lighting up. Tank heaters only use this when it's cold. Obviously, I don't think anyone would be camping when it's cold, but this prevents the tanks from freezing. Here's how you measure your propane. Press that, it says it's full. Batteries are full. Fresh water tank. There's a little bit of water in there, enough for folks to be able to flush and wash hands. Black tank. There's a little bit of water in there because I put some detergent and whatnot. So here's where you measure the tanks to make sure that they're not full. Gray, same thing. I put some stuff in there to keep it clean. This one, I've never been able to figure out what that is. Generator. Here's how you start it. First, you prime. That's a little stiff. Wait for that light to come on. Then you can start. There you go. This is the meter for the generator runtime. This is your patio light. This is your interior light. This is your main power switch to the RV. If this is off, none of the house stuff will come on. So turn this on, and now you have lights. This is for your awning. In, out, out. Goes this way. Patio light is there, and back off. This, by the way, is the exhaust for your kitchen. Patio lights off, interior lights. Okay, tire pressure. "67 in the front, 62 in the rear." I don't know if you can see that, but it's on the side of the door jamb. Check this guy, it's 67. This side is, that one's 62, this one's 65, so I'll add 2 psi to this. And then you'll see for the dually, it's right there. You'll find that usually it's in the opposite side of the outer wheel. That's the inner wheel dually in there. I don't know if you can see it, it's really dark, but this is why you have a long neck pressure gauge. Okay, now we're inside the cab. A few things to note. Up there, you'll see that thing that's sticking out. That's your gutter. That's the downspout to your gutter. It drops, it discharges the water directly on top of this window switch. So when it's raining, just make sure you don't open it up all the way out, because all that rainwater is going to fall into this window switch. Unlock, lock. It's where you adjust your side mirrors, lights. Key goes in here. That's our current mileage. Radio. This is important. This is where you have your... This is a RV GPS, and it takes its traffic data. The traffic data is being pulled by this device right here. So plug this in. I've got a couple of chargers here. This also gives you a good measure of the car battery voltage. I've got some additional chargers here, but it's important that this guy is plugged in, because that's what's going to give your GPS your traffic information. Now this guy over here is for the 360 camera that I have here. It's for everybody's safety. That thing needs to be plugged in. I normally take it off. So it just goes right here. Right there. Plug it in. Good to go. Now when you park, when your RV is not running and you park the RV, make sure you remove this, because what this thing's going to do is it's going to run for a good long while, and it could potentially discharge your car battery. This guy back here is an inverter. Right now, these recliners are connected to shore power via this extension cord. If you want to use the recliners while the RV is running, you have to unplug this and plug it into the inverter. Make sure the inverter is on, and take this guy and plug it into here. Plug that in. Your inverter's on. You can also charge. There's a couple USB ports back here. Plug it here, and now your recliners are powered directly from the car battery, and you can use the recliners while driving. When you get to your campsite, make sure you plug it right back into this green extension cord so you can recline the seats, because then that's pulling power from the shore power. Okay, that's it for the cab up here. Oh, registration information's all in here.